Hey everybody, what's up? Steve DeCasa here. My room's pretty messy. I got my dolly back here. Where is it? Right here. It was sitting in my car for a while. Anyway, quick tutorial. I'm working on a project right now. I shot a short film late last year, and right now I'm finally up to pre-production on it, and I'm syncing the audio. We recorded the audio separately on a handheld device that I have right here. This is called a Zoom handy recorder. It's very popular. Ooh, cool. You can see me in it. Look at that. Anyway, it's called the Zoom H4N. I don't know if you can see that. So backwards here. H4N recorder. I like to put STD on all my stuff because those are my initials, and people don't like to usually touch things that say STD. So we recorded with a boom mic connected directly into this. We recorded our actors, the audio with this recorder going right on here, while all the video was recorded on the 5D, Canon 5D. See, yellow for me, camera A. Anyway, so the audio exists separately as audio files on that recorder, and the video and natural audio are getting recorded to this camera. So I actually had an interesting conversation today with one of my subscribers. We actually Skyped for a little while because he was having trouble with multi-clips and syncing and stuff like that. So I mentioned that there are different techniques used to sync up things, and I thought I'd make a tutorial video because this is the technique I use. The way we shot the film was we had a slate, which is a clapboard like you see in all the movies. We stayed very organized. When we put the memory card in the camera, the first reel is called roll 1. So you'll see on the slate roll 1. I like to put that as reel because I consider that the reel, even though the slate says roll. Then we look at our script and it says scene 2, scene 3. If there's another angle we decide to pick on, we go scene 3A, scene 3B. Take 1, all that's written on the slate. It also says if it's MOS, which means no, we didn't record audio, so that I know that I don't have to go look for an audio file. And then that little thing comes out and goes, bam! That's for a very important purpose. In the old days, when you didn't have natural audio coming from your camera, basically you only had film, you only had video with no audio attached to it. So what they would do is, when they were syncing up the audio with the video, with the film in the old days, they would advance frame by frame until the slate marked here. Then they'd listen to the audio and advance it frame by frame until they hear that slap sound. And then just right before the slap and right before the slate hits, they put the audio and the video to that mark, hit play on both of them at the same time, and now you're watching audio recorded from the boom synced up with film that has no audio on it. Luckily, in our case, when we shoot with the 5D records natural audio, so I sync up the sound from the two instead of the visual of the slate with the sound because I find it's more accurate. So let's take a look at that. Here we are in Final Cut. I actually have been syncing all this stuff. I call this my sync line, and I'm up to the next one. The next one is 5404. So over here, as you can see, I have 5D video converted because I convert all my footage from the H.264 that the camera records in to Apple ProRes. Then I have pickups is not one of our reels, but then there was reel 1, reel 2, reel 3, reel 4. We shot 4 reels. As you can see, H4N audio here, reel 1, reel 2, reel 3, reel 4. So it's all very organized. So I'm in reel 1 on the audio, and I'm in reel 1 on the video. I'm up to, let's see, right down here. The last one I did was 4504. So now I'm up to 4505. Let's see what it is. Now here, check it out. So it is roll 1 right here, as you can see. Roll 1, as you can see. The scene is scene 3D, and it's take 1. Now, the reason why we go 3D is because in the script there's only scene 3, but when we were talking about angles and things, I wanted to pick another angle. So if you do another angle, it's scene 3A, the next angle scene 3B, and you keep going until you're done with the scene. So you can see the directors and me, And the day we did it was late, like I said, October. I'm getting buzzes from my girlfriend all over the place here. So, scene 3D, take 1. What you do on set is you say, whoa, you say, hang on. What you do on set is you say, first thing you say is roll audio. So our sound guy hits record on the handy recorder. He's ready to go. Then after you roll audio, that's when you audibly say, scene 3D, take 1. And then that's when the director will say, roll camera. Roll the camera, and immediately you just say, mark it. And then they slate it. So on the video, I'm going to play the video. All you're going to hear probably is just mark it.
I'll mark it. All right, wait for the camera.
Okay, so I'm going to throw this. This is my technique, so watch carefully. So first, I'm just going to throw this whole thing into the timeline. I put an in point right here. I'm pointing at the screen. I put an in point right here. If you don't put an out point, it's just going to bring in the whole clip. So there's the whole clip. And then what I like to do is, I don't know why, it's probably because I'm making a video of my screen right now. So I like to go into my timeline here, and I'm going to advance.
I'll mark it.
Now watch. I'm going to advance the frame forward. Now, for people who don't know, if you hold the K button, and then if you tap L, you'll skip forward a frame. See that? Now the thing you want to look at is down here. Oh, I'm off today. Now look at this audio guy right here. I'm going to advance the frame forward. See how it peaks like that? That's when the slate hits. So I like to, let's just say we're listening to it.
I'll mark it. All right.
All right, see it just for that one pop, the red comes up.
Yeah.
So here we go. Frame forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost there. There it is. So now we're on it. And what I like to do is I like to just take a step back. You can stay here if you want, but I find it, then I go back 1. So I know where I am. So once again, I find it, and then I go back a frame. So that's hold K, hit J, or J, and you'll go back a frame. Hold K and tap L. You'll advance forward 1 frame. Hold K, tap J. You're going to go backwards 1 frame. These are hotkeys from Final Cut. So once again, find it, and then I hold K and I hit J. And now I go back 1 frame. And then so where I am right now is just the cursor on the timeline. So the cursor on the timeline is in the video, right 1 frame behind that slap. I'm not going to touch that. Now I also know from the one before it, the next clip should be 007, and to confirm that, we want to hear me say scene 3D take 1. So I'm going to listen to this. Hopefully I say scene 3D take 1.
Camera down towards the wall. This is scene D3, take 1.
Okay, well I said D3, I meant 3D.
Mark it.
So there it is. Once again, look down here to find that. Alright, so there it is, and now back 1 frame. So now I know that I'm pretty dead on the timeline and on the audio. So all I'm going to do is, now that I have my cursor set in my viewer here on the audio, I'm just going to hit I. So now it made the in point right there. I'm going to make sure that when I come down here, I don't want to overwrite right now because I'd like to listen to both at the same time. So I'm going to move this track down. So when I bring in the audio, it's going to come in on track here. It's not going to overwrite. So basically then I come over to this button. I like hitting the overwrite. Boom. And now, look, here it is down on the timeline. So I'll listen to both at the same time.
I'll mark it. All right.
Actually, what I'm going to also do is drag the audio back here to match because there is some audio, just to make it nice and neat. So let's listen to both at the same time.
I'll mark it. All right. Wait for the camera. Hang on. And action.
All right, so that's both at the same time. So now let's watch it with the one muted.
I'll mark it. All right. Wait for the camera.
Listen, nope. Now you didn't notice when I was zooming in, you didn't hear go shh, shh, shh.
And action.
All right, you get the point. It's not a dialogue scene, but I didn't really practice this before I did it. So the next thing I like to do, this is just, that's done. You're done, really, right there. You're synced. But for me, the way I like to do my my system here is, let me unmute this. So click. Now this is our 5D footage with the audio attached. So I click on it, hit Apple L or Command L. It's going to kind of pair those. It's going to unpair them. Get rid of that. Click this, hold the Shift key, bring it up. You hold the Shift key so that it doesn't go forward or backwards. It's not going to move on the timeline. Let go. And then highlight it again, hit Apple L again. So I've relinked them. So now the computer thinks that this is the one clip. So then I come over here, I make a sync bin, as you can see, right here. And it's going to be exactly the same. When it's all done, it's going to be the whole thing. It's going to be reel 1, reel 2, reel 3. So right here I made sync bin. So that's all my footage. It's going to be synced. So reel 1. MOS means, it comes from German. It means mit aus Sound. It means without sound. So we didn't record audio on any of those. And then this is where I'm going, sync. So in sync I have for reel 1, sync, and I like to name them scene 2, take 1, scene 2. So this one is scene 3D, take 1. So very simply, since these are linked, the Final Cut thinks it's one singular file. So I just like to drag this guy over, put it in the sync bin, and just rename it scene. I like to put it O, just because it keeps it in alphabetical order. 0, 3, D. Let me zoom in. Hyphen take 1. And here it is down here. So this is tedious, but when you're doing a short film and you have separate audio, your editor spends a whole day syncing up all the sound. All right, so that's a technique I use for syncing up audio. You basically just go through your footage, sync it all up, put it in that bin, and then when you're editing, you got your script next to you. It's very easy to edit. You know, it's very easy to find what you need. Now for like music videos and things, I like to find a spot that's like the clap. I like to find a spot in the song, or a spot that, you know, has a very drastic jump in volume. So I like to find that hit, and then I like to just bring it back one frame. Go to the thing. The other thing needs to be synced. Find that hit, that same hit, bring it back one frame, and then I know I'm in sync. Just bring them together, relink them, and we're good. So that's my technique for syncing audio. I hope you liked it, and happy editing.